Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a UFO Legends video on William Cooper. Before I get into this though, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. And check me out over on Rumble for my political commentary and weekly current events. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including these books here, the Vanguard 1 and Task Force Terminus. It's space warfare, futuristic science fiction type thing. It's a study of humanity from an alien perspective. And I'm about to get the third one published. It's called Gulag of the Damned. So yeah, look for that one in the future. And if you enjoy a good science fiction story with actual character development and a character-driven story, here you go. All right. Hope you get it and hope you like it. And there's a lot of other books there too. So here we go. William Cooper. Milton William Cooper was born May 6th, 1943. He has been dismissed by many as a conspiracy theorist and a professional alarmist. On the face of it, the many seems to be right. But then you look at the things that he talked about and the things that he wrote about and the things that he predicted, and suddenly he doesn't seem so crazy. Cooper had his fingers in a lot of pies. He dabbled in historical events, ufology, government conspiracies, metaphysics, religion, and many other subjects. He specialized in specific topics which seemed to be related somehow. He claimed to have served in naval intelligence, and there's no actual proof that he was actually in naval intelligence. He was in the military, but there's no proof he was in naval intelligence. The problem with that is the government can change records. The government can make things disappear. So you can't go by that. However, he does seem to know a lot of stuff that coincides with being an intelligence asset. That's all I'm saying. Many of Cooper's claims revolved around global conspiracies, which at the time seemed crazy, but now have been proven. For example, the World Economic Forum, the globalists, UFOs and aliens, the Kennedy assassination. It just goes on and on, the things that he talked about. Many of the more interesting things that he talked about one of the more interesting things he talked about, I can't read my own writing, was a prediction of a terrorist attack which would be blamed on Osama bin Laden. At the time, Osama bin Laden was unheard of. Within months, the 9/11 attacks brought down the World Trade Center towers, and the weight of the U.S. intelligence services and the U.S. military was allegedly brought to bear in the search for bin Laden. I have some questions about that. Bin Laden had issues with his kidneys. He required daily kidney dialysis. You don't get that hiding in a cave in Afghanistan or in Pakistan or wherever. I don't think you could get it in Pakistan at all. But he was rich, so he might have. But one of the things that gets me, he was a 6-foot Arab that needed daily kidney dialysis. You're telling me the American intelligence services couldn't find him? You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. There's more to that story. I just don't know what it is. Cooper was very public that he did not believe bin Laden was to blame, but he somehow knew that that was where the blame would fall. And of course he was correct. I don't know if bin Laden was to blame or not. I mean, there's a lot of questions about that, but the blame fell squarely on Osama bin Laden, and nobody had ever heard much about him until then. So Cooper also claimed to have seen secret documents detailing governmental dealings with extraterrestrials. He talked about this at length in a book that he authored titled Behold a Pale Horse. According to him, in this book, the documents detail the Greada Treaty, which I'm about to do a video on here shortly. The gray aliens entered into this treaty with Dwight D. Eisenhower. Apparently, the gray aliens are liars. So, anyway, I'll get to that shortly. Cooper also claimed to have witnessed a UFO larger than a football field while serving aboard the USS Tiru in 1966. The craft entered and exited the water. It was evidently a USO. I talk about them in the video. Go check that out. Cooper described HIV/AIDS as a man-made disease used to target black people, Hispanics, and homosexuals. He claimed that a cure was made before it was implemented. I don't know if that part is true, but we know now that there is a patent for HIV/AIDS and it's owned by the U.S. government. The primary groups which suffer from AIDS is IV drug users and homosexuals. So, that we'll call that a partial, correct? He made many other claims, and you can see most of his lectures for free on YouTube. I recommend that you check him out. He's an interesting speaker. I don't know that I believe everything he said, but he does have some interesting topics and interesting discussions. I don't have to agree with somebody 100% to find their opinions interesting. William Cooper, I'll get it right in a minute, publicly stated that he would be killed. A few months later, just shortly after the 9/11 attacks, he was shot and killed in a gunfight at his home in Arizona by sheriff's deputies. The charge was tax evasion. Now, how much of Cooper's knowledge was real and how much was bullshit, we will probably never know. But the fact that he obviously knew much about governmental internal workings and accurately predicted the 9/11 attacks lends credence to everything else that he said. I'm not saying you should believe everything he said, but there's a lot of smoke and there's got to be some fire somewhere. That's all I'm saying. Do your own research, and if you can come up with some stuff I missed or some stuff that I got wrong, stick it in the comments. I'm sure we'd all love to read them. But check out some of his lectures on YouTube. I think you'll like them. I hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.